Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. I felt as though the initial hello did not have enough emphasis, so I adjusted the pitch and vigor at which I said hello, and I am going to say hello again. Hello, Wolfie. Welcome to episode 378. Is that right? No, that's not right at all. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait! 368 of Far Lands or Bust. I totally said that from the beginning, and you should not have assumed otherwise. I must have accidentally deleted and replaced the 6 as opposed to the 7 and turned it into an 8. Oopsie daisy. But we're on episode, there's a creeper, episode 368. I thought that was a little bit too far advanced because we just had our 365 episode for having a year of episodes. What am I doing here? I mean, oh, I don't even have a boat. I didn't make a boat. I should buy a boat. So yeah, that is lava over there. So we're going to kind of carefully skirt our way around it and continue west to the far lands. Today is Friday. I've got Monday down. Why do I have Monday? Good grief. I am not with it today, so I apologize in advance for all who are following and listening that today's episode might not be the most coherent. Taking into account that most Far Lands or Bust episodes aren't that coherent, but it is Friday, June 20th, 2014, and we did it temporarily. We had $5,555.55. As I instructed, somebody did indeed donate $30 to Child's Play charity anonymously, so thank you, anonymous giver of exact matching numbers in the Child's Play charity donation widget at farlandsorbust.com. But before starting this episode, somebody donated $3, so we're at $5,558.55. So that's fine. The more the merrier. We're not just going to stop donating to keep it at 5555555. 5555555. Oh, one less 5 than that, but good things indeed. Good things indeed keep happening, and I do feel as though it is necessary to mention that it's T-shirt day. This is a thing that exists. Possibly only on Spreadshirt.com, but yeah, at Spreadshirt, specifically farlands.spreadshirt.com, you can get free shipping, free standard shipping, today the 20th and Saturday the 21st with the code TDAY2014, TDAY2014, in case you were kind of holding out for a coupon code or a free shipping to get your Far Lands or Bust T-shirt. Perhaps you've been waiting to get the new design from Rosie, the Careful Wolfie design that now graces the startup logo title card, I suppose, for this season of Far Lands or Bust. I actually don't have one. I think I'm going to take advantage of the free shipping and get a few for myself. I want to make a boat, a few boats maybe, because there's a lot of lately. Lots of water. All right. Whoop. That's not how you make a boat. There we go. All right. Woof. So yeah, just as I mentioned, if you want, it's kind of a little a cool thing I set up after much requests for shirts. But there's also, I'm never sure what sort of products to put up there, because one person will request, oh, I want this sort of tank top, and then that one person buys it, and then it's up there for nobody else to purchase. So I do have, there's a cheap tote bag. There's a few hoodie designs. There's of course the mugs available in the Far Lands or Bust or the Careful Wolfie design. There is. With the Careful Wolfie, there is a doggy bandana. So if your dog is somewhat Wolfie inspired in his clumsiness, perhaps a Wolfie a doggy bandana with Wolfie and on it saying "Careful Wolfie" is something you so desire, and simple things like little buttons, little buttons, pushpin buttons, whatever you want to call them, pins, buttons and pins. Yoink. Thank you, sir. So I just felt like I should mention that. But we're continuing on to the far lands here. And yeah, I really don't have too much else to say. Later today, perhaps, if I can get this up at exactly the time I hope I can. YouTube processing has been a little weird lately, but lately, as in since ever. But the SpaceX, of course, it's been 5 minutes, so you probably would have missed it. The SpaceX Falcon 9 launch is happening at 6:08 Eastern Daylight Time. Usually I release these episodes at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, so 8 minutes from the start of when this video is available. Head over to spacex.com/something. I'm sure there'll be a link on the homepage, but it's either like /live or /webcast or something to watch a rocket blast off into space, like I mentioned in the last episode. So enjoy that. And oh my god, it's Friday already? Are you serious? Hold on, I have to check my phone. It's Friday. Didn't I just do like a fan Friday? Since it's Friday, let's answer a bunch of questions. Yeah, because last Friday we reached $5,000. Not bad. Raising $558 in the last 7 days. It's a pretty good chunk of money. Good chunk of money. So yeah, let's just go down and start to cross off some of these questions that came in with donations. Like I said, when you donate to Child's Play charity through farlandsofus.com, you can leave a comment. There's a comment box. Also, leave your name if you want me to mention your name, because otherwise, by default, all the donations come through anonymously. I never see any emails or accounts or usernames of anybody donating unless they specify. So you can do that. I can answer a question from one of those many anonymous donors. Is it possible to do multiplayer Far Lands or Bust with Good, for example? Oh, there's a nice little waterfall here for us to use. And if so, will it ever be done? It's possible, perhaps, but not really probable. Simply because of... Yeah, Wolfie, you are hovering. Hover dog. Hovering. I hope you don't start taking... Oh, okay, there we go. I was going to say, I hope he doesn't start, like, taking suffocation damage because he's in a water stream. But I guess not. He's fine. He's a good swimmer. Strong swimmer. He's got vertical swimming abilities. I've mentioned this many times before. It would, first of all, require... I would need to keep it in beta 1.7.3, so it would require me, if I was going to have guests on, to get those people... Well, I suppose now it's a little bit easier, but for them to be able to use the beta 1.7.3 version, so that's not that big a deal anymore, because Mojang has recently included that in the new launcher, which is what I'm using since they shut down the old launcher. So that part of it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but to make this a multiplayer Worlds, I'm not even sure how you make a beta 1.7.3 a multiplayer Worlds. Secondly, it would be it would probably change things. I might lose Wolfie because I don't know if joining a multiplayer world makes you a different player than the one in a single-player world. I'm not sure. Also, I would have to probably know my coordinates. I don't press F3 to find out my coordinates, how far we've walked. If you're unaware of that fact for Far Lands or Bust, check out the frequently asked questions on farlandsofus.com. But yeah, I would have to know my coordinates so that when a guest or an additional player joins, I can teleport them to me. So that, in and of itself, would be a problem with the format I'm going with, but also kind of I think the allure, the draw, the kind of special part of Far Lands or Bust is that I, as a Minecraft player, have walked this legitimately without teleporting, so to suddenly have another person join and have the ability to teleport and pretty much... I don't want to... Yeah, cheat their way to the distance I'm at, kind of nullifies I think the series a little bit in that regard. So it's a weird thing, And I honestly say, who knows? I can never say never, because as many of you know, this is going to be a very long and drawn out series. So perhaps in another 3, 4, 5 years, I will adapt a multiplayer platform for Farlands or Bust. I don't know. I think this comes up from when we played on the Mindcrack server with Good. He was saying, man, I wish I thought of that. It would be really great to just have a series where I could just walk and talk and not have to worry about doing something entertaining or build like in Minecraft and stuff, because he does like to just talk and tell stories and things like that. But so I think that's probably where that came from. But as of now, in the near or nearish distant future, I do not see that happening. Let's go to sleep. I said, let's go to sleep. And single-player journey to the Farlandsness. I do feel as though this hill is a little bit dangerous if I continue up it, so I'm going to circumnavigate around it. I don't think circumnavigate's the technical word for it, but I'm no Magellan. Yeah, so thanks for that question and the donation, Capital Wolfie. From Trake, not sure how to say that. As a Doctor Who fan, which companions do you prefer? The Rory and Amy stuff, or the more recent Clara? Secondly, are you looking forward to Peter Capaldi version of the Doctor? Yes I am. Just be interested to see what his personality would be. I like Matt Smith, and honestly, Matt Smith, I started watching Doctor Who with Matt Smith's first series, so, you know, you could always say that he was my first Doctor, but you know, obviously, as my Minecraft skin would indicate, I did enjoy David Tennant's tenure, the Tennant tenure on Doctor Who as well. But yeah, I don't know if I prefer any companions per se. I do feel as though Clara doesn't quite have the personality and backstory. There's not much, at least from a viewer's point of view, emotional attachment to Clara as there is with, say, you know, I feel like Amy Pond's character. There was a lot more of a backstory there. Even though as the series continued, it kind of devolved and got really convoluted. At least in that first series, there was a lot more connection there, and she was more of an integral part. It seemed like it was more about her, and the Doctor was just a kind of a player in her story. Whereas opposed to Clara seems a little bit like Clara, whatever. Seems like the reverse role as far as Matt Smith's Doctor. Or the second, you know, the ending series of Matt Smith's Doctor. Whoa! Hold on, Wolfie. It's a 404 challenge hole here, guys. Oh, it kind of is. Easy. Easy. Hey. Yeah, that might go somewhere. I'm really not keen on finding out, to be honest. Probably should not be standing on the gravel I dig. Oh, that does go. That does go somewhere. Oh god. Huh. Interesting. I am not so much interested in checking that out too much. Oh god, it's sucking me in. It's bringing me down to the depths. Unhand me, water flow. Huh, interesting. So yeah, looking forward. I'm not, you know, and to dispel any misconceptions, I'm not like a huge Doctor Who fan. I have never ever watched any of the earlier series. I've only watched the series of the 2000s, I suppose you could say. So I don't really know as far as many people might. You know, the deep history, the you know, the ongoing history of the show, and any sort of ongoing or hidden storylines that other people might know that I don't. So I'm a casual fan. I've just picked it up, and I do enjoy it as a storyline and as an entertaining video program. on the television box. Oh, careful, Wolfie. Oh, I appear to have taken the wrong turn. This is a dead end. This is a peninsula which is ending in a dead fashion. Let's see here from Arthur Darvill, actor who played Rory on Doctor Who. Arthur asks, how are you finding the dichotomy? Whoa, big words, Arthur. Slow down there, Einstein. A dichotomy of playing both Minecraft beta and the latest 1.8 snapshots on Mindcrack. How palatable, another big word, my friend. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. How palatable is the difference, and do you ever get mixed up with the features? You'll notice in Mindcrack, I often forget that I can run or sprint, simply because I can't here in Far Lands or Bust. You know, otherwise, I don't think I see that much of a difference. Of course, I also don't take the time to do any of the things like enchanting. I only recently dabbled in what are those things called? Funnels? Careful, Wolfie! No, funnels. Hoppers to auto smelt some stone and stuff. You know, and even in this version of the game, there are pistons and redstone. I've never ever dabbled. I don't think I've ever made anything in redstone, have I? Not even like a simple, I mean, I've used buttons to open doors and stuff, but I've never even made any sort of mechanism for a door or a thing to push or anything like that. I am redstone naive. So yeah, I don't get confused because also I'm not playing beta 1.7.3 in a normal quote unquote way that somebody would play. I'm simply walking here, you know, I'm not building, I'm not even generally, I suppose, exploring or caving or mining or smelting or doing anything of gameplay, you know, related features in the game. So not that too different. And they just announced that in the latest snapshots, there's new mobs and things underwater that are super hard and blocks of gold and crazy stuff like that. So it's becoming quite a different game. Quite a different game indeed. Arthur continues to ask, I hope it's not foreshadowing anything, but what would you do if you actually lost Wolfie? I don't know, and I don't tend to really plan for things in Far Lands or Bust. I don't like to, like I said in the last episode, I don't like to feel scripted, pre-scripted, or hi Wolfie, or anything like that. All of the reactions are true and live. This is, of course, what's known as a live commentary, as opposed to a post commentary or even a pre-scripted dialogue commentary. So, you know, I do feel like everything should be quite natural. Of course, we temporarily, kind of accidentally and glitchily lost Wolfie during the second Flobathon, and that reaction was real. It was pretty much stunned silence. Of course, I had a little bit of help of having people in a Skype call to be freaking out for me in the background, but it was more of stunned silence and what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So if you want to know what my reaction is going to be, you should probably check that footage out, and that might give you an approximation. I'm not sure. So, last question here from Arthur. Do you ever play Minecraft / games in general for fun? No camera? If so, what's your go-to game? No. It's one of the weird things about becoming a YouTuber for the job purposes, for a career, I suppose you could call it. Oh wow, that's something I never thought about. I've been doing this for 3 years, you know, full time for less, but let's just say 3 years for the sake of the fact that I started 3 years ago. If I continue to do this for 2 more years, I will actually be doing this longer than I did my previous actual career job that I kind of, sort of, not really went to school for and had, you know, was gainfully employed for 5 years being a web designer and graphic designer. That's an interesting thought. I hope that happens. Fingers crossed. Woo! fingers crossed that we can say that, mark that as a moment, a milestone. That would be nice. Please let that happen. But sorry, that just made me think about that for some reason. Not really, no. When you do this, it's kind of playing video games now. It goes hand in hand with commentary. It feels kind of weird, and I feel like something's missing if I'm playing a game without commentary. I have recently been trying out a game that I'm not allowed to talk about yet, but, and that was kind of weird, but it was, I was more concentrated, more in a way that I can't be while I'm doing commentary, because I'm concentrated on a commentary and I'll miss things, or I'll try to form a thought, but I'm playing and trying to commentate at the same time, and it's difficult. But no, I mean, I've played Kerbal Space Program without recording, but a lot of that is building rockets, and then I'm like, okay, I have a rocket here, now let's record. So that's not really so much playing the game. Whoa, careful! Jeez, this boat wants to be a surfboard. I used to play BeamNG Drive a lot, away from the camera. Just because I feel like sometimes I'll record an episode and it's like, haha, funny, crashes and stuff like that, but I could do the same thing over and over and over again, and it's not really that interesting if I have 5 videos of the same map of the same car crashing over and over and again. So, I would, when that first came out, when I was getting used to that, I would just drive around for fun and just, like, find scenery and race and stuff like that. That was kind of fun. But no, not much gaming for fun, gaming for pleasure anymore for KurtJMac. It's all work, and this is horrible. I hate it. No. Let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. No, this is fun. Like I said, it's hard to say I'm having fun playing a game if I'm not doing commentary. Especially if I'm, I don't want to be playing a game and then something totally awesome and cool or really funny that I could really make a joke about happens, but I'm not recording, so I miss that opportunity. So it is a strange dichotomy that is very palatable in my esophagus. Arthur. Big words guy. It's very dichotomatic. Don't you know? Let's continue. Continue? Careful with me. Whoa, that was a fall and a half. I've got plenty of treats. So get back up on health. From Al Zorath. That name sounds familiar. Al Zorath, thank you very much for probably what I assume are multiple Child's Play charity donations and questions in the past. You mentioned recently a preference for iced tea if available. Okay. Period. If available, do you treat it like coffee and focus on specialty blends of brewing, or do you prefer a specific pre-made brand? Have you ever considered... Oh, wait. No, these are two separate countries? Two separate questions. Well, that's weird. It's water that just happens to be 1 block higher than the actual sea level. No, I don't, I mean, I have liked tea before, and a lot of coffee places like Intelligentsia and whatnot have their own specialty organic loose leaf teas, and I have dabbled in that a little bit, and, that's really interesting if you can find a really neat tea. I definitely would tend to the black teas more, obviously more coffee-ish like and stuff like that. Well, not really, but you get my drift. But as far as iced tea is concerned, I'm really not specific. I do keep buying a brand that I forgot right off the top of my head. It comes in a big jug. It is... I have no idea. There's a brand that comes in a jug. It's not Arizona tea. It's not Lipton tea. It's Tradewinds tea, just because it's cheap. Careful, Wolfie. And it's good. And it comes in unsweetened sweet tea and then like super sweet tea. I get the regular sweet tea. and it tastes good. I've tried the other ones, and they'll either taste too either like kind of like the tea, like stale tea, or too sweet or something like that. So I just buy that because it's cheap and it's on sale most of the time where I shop. So yeah, Trade Winds tea is what I get. So no, I'm not really particular. If I go out to a restaurant, if I don't get water, I'll normally get iced tea, and normally it comes unsweetened, so you add your own sugar. And I'm really not too particular on that. That's just basically a refreshing beverage choice that I don't spend time going over tasting notes and flavors and stuff like that, like I would with coffee or in the past, your kind of alcoholic beverages, your scotches, your stuff like that. But so yeah, just it's something I don't put much thought into, since I don't drink any sodas or other sugary drinks. That is my only little dabblance in the sugared drink arena. The question changed and continued. Have you ever considered possibly relocating to somewhere else? In the country, such as Arizona, New Mexico, or Oregon? What do you see as the pros and cons? I have indeed very heavily, with much weight and consideration of the dichotomy and palatable influences of different parts of the country, thought of moving. I am, like I mentioned in the episode when I talked about hiking in Illinois, in the Chicagoland area, how it's pretty much just a boring flat area with there's Chicago and culture and skyscrapers and museums and such, and then there's nothingness. I do like the Southwest a lot. I really liked Oregon a lot. I did watch, after going to Oregon and Portland, I did watch the first episode of Portlandia, and the funniest part to me is kind of a weird show. I'm not a big fan of sketch comedy that much, but the kind of the opening is kind of an ode to Portland, and one of the lines was, it's Portland is where young people go to retire, and that's kind of the feel you can get from Portland. It's very, there are neighborhoods in Chicago, and I know neighborhoods in New York and other cities that are kind of very, what can become known as kind of the hipster, where all the young kind of people go to live, and there's all the organic grocery shops and whatever. That's like those little neighborhoods in Chicago, kind of the little bit to the north side, and sort of the west loop of Chicago. That's pretty much what Portland is, but the entire city. So that really strung a chord, and I'm like, yes, that is exactly how I would sum up what Portland is. But yeah, I do like all that stuff, and I do indeed consider it on a daily basis. And I hope perhaps sometime soon that will happen, but a lot of other stuff has to happen before that. The least of which would be to be able to save the funds in order to do such things as these, and also, relocating is kind of a big deal, going especially to a different state, cross country, is a pretty big deal, and a lot of things have to come into consideration. Right now my car's been in the shop for the past 3 days, yay, and I have to consider, oh god, if I wanted to move, I really wanted to be able to have, my car and maybe sell it here and then move to somewhere else and then buy a new car there. That way I can fly there and not have to drive the drive or whatever. But is my car going to last until I'm able to move? Do I need to buy a new car now and then take it to wherever I'm moving? And then you think about, okay, then you can't really lease because then you're paying taxes twice. Never lease a car in Illinois. It's a terrible idea because in Illinois, if you lease a car, you have to pay the full taxes on the full price of the car. You're not buying the car, but you have to upfront pay the taxes on the full price of the car, as opposed to most other states, I think all over the states, you just pay the taxes on, say your lease is $300 a month, you pay the tax on that $300 per month. So, you know, do I want to buy? Do I get new or used and just like keep something for a couple of years and then sell it where you move and blah, blah, blah. So there's like, that's the least of my worries and the least of issues which go into that. But hopefully soon, hopefully even, you know, maybe within the next year, couple of years. I've said that for the last couple of years, to be honest, but we'll see. So yeah, I've definitely considered that. Those are indeed the pros and cons. But the pros, for me at least, seem to outweigh the cons. And I'm not much, you know, a lot of people, and it's no problem. They stick around where they were born or where they grew up. They end up settling down and either having a family or making a career for themselves, and they're perfectly happy, you know, and they want to stick around their extended family and stuff like that. And I just am a little bit, I suppose, of a different persuasion as far as that goes. So I want to explore and experience new places and different climates for sure. After this winter we had here in Chicago, it'd be very nice to avoid further things such as these. A very similar question I got from Hobby. Would you consider moving to Sweden? Since you don't seem to enjoy, or enjoy, as you Swedish say, since you don't seem to enjoy the Chicago, Illinois city lifestyle, also you seem to have issues with how things are in the U.S., Sweden is great in many ways. It feels like Hobby is trying to sell me on moving to Sweden. Not a lot of people around, free healthcare and social security, superior internet, European cars, blah, 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 night sky, darkness. The darkness! I would much sooner move within my own country than out of the country. That introduces a whole slew of additional issues. You know, and I'm sure your free healthcare is for citizens. I don't know what citizenship is like or what it would be. I don't know that I would want to give up my United States citizenship. I've never even looked into that. Like, I don't know how Generic B did it. I don't even care to know, to be honest, because it seems utterly complicated in this current day and age. And, you know, what happens when I do want to go back and blah, 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 blah. So I do like, there are a lot of countries out there that, you know, are very awesome looking and stuff like that. But I don't know if living abroad, maybe for like a summer or like a month or two or whatever, would be kind of a cool experience and something to enjoy. But for permanent residency, that would be a little bit extreme for old KurtJMac. Extreme! House Hunters International. Oh, gosh. Let's see here. The sun is setting. I am unfortunately surrounded by sand. Oh, that little hut there seems like it's perfect for... I've already called it a hut, so that's what it is. For building a hidey hole into. So let's do such things as these. There doesn't seem to be too much of a shoreline for Wolfie to hang out on, but it's like a perfect roof line almost and everything. Boop. Got a nice little platform for which to dig. Up, 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 up. Alright, Wolfie, hold on. I'll be with you in a moment. I will make a platform out of cobble. You're kind of... Oh, God. Okay, okay, you're coming in, I guess. I don't... Oh, crud. I don't have any dirt or anything. I suppose I could use cobble. I can break my way out. Woof. Wolfie agrees. Yep, have a seat. Looks like this one's going to have to be a little bit expanded. It's going to have room. It's going to have a doggy door. But yeah, thank you, everybody, for those donations, getting us to 5555555, but also then beyond that, to infinity and beyond for Child's Play charity. You can keep donating at farlandserbust.com. Free shipping on your t-shirts at Spreadshirt, farlands.spreadshirt.com, using the T-Day 2014 as a coupon code if you so desire such things as those. Let's make the beds for the next episode. I'll move to Mexico. No, that's a terrible idea. Let's do this, and yeah. a good week here on Far Lands or Bust, coming off the success of the bingo live stream. That footage is going up throughout. Also, like I said, Fedrin and LD Shadow Lady put that up on their channels as well, so you can watch their perspectives. And then Brian, Morgan111, has the archive on his live stream, his Twitch channel. Fun times, and yeah, look forward to more videos from KurtJMac over the weekend, and the return of Far Lands or Bust on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you... Woof. Ah, there it is. Next time. It's all work, and this is horrible. I hate it.